The enemy has an RC-8. Enemy UAV in your vicinity. Friendly drone support is active. We're winning this fight. Friendly drone support is active. Good job. Report to command for debrief.
Nice teamwork, Orion. I want you to get a plan together for this new op.
Team deathmatch. Scars train for war. They fight to win. Enemy scorchers. Take cover. Drone support is active. active.
UAV inbound to your position.
Enemy UAV. Allied troops entering airspace. Friendly Warden providing close air support. Enemy scorchers, take cover. Enemy bombardment incoming. Enemy UAV in your vicinity. UAV in your vicinity. Friendly drone support is active. Nice work. Well done.
Directives just in. Let's get planning.
Teams to make runs against Optic Gaming. But speaking of Optic, let's check out.
Without question, the biggest player on the planet.
Now it's Scump in the 1 versus 2. Fletcher coming in from Rock. Gets one. Second player is there. Scump gets both. The 3-0 sweep. He always does it. Knows he's a second player. He's going to divide step for him. Scump kills all 3. When he is on point, Optic Gaming are a completely different team. The king has come to life. Scump wipes out all of FaZe.
Scumpy's there, and there it is. Optic Gaming has done it.
Scump game. He has that raw talent, that ability where he can go off and take over a game.
If he has a good run here on Infinite Warfare, he could go down as the greatest Call of Duty player of all time. Scump is an extremely aggressive submachine gun player. The thing that makes Scump so special with his play is he plays at such a fast pace. But when you really break it down and watch what he does, he's always pre-aimed in, which is a little bit more of a slower player's tactic, but he's always able to just snap on players, pick up those fast kills, makes Scump's gameplay so crazy to watch.
Scump has been one of the top Call of Duty players since he began his career, but it's no secret that the one thing he's missing is that elusive Call of Duty championship victory. The guy's basically won everything else. That is what his sights are on in Infinite Warfare.
Can he do it? We'll have to find out.
And maybe this is the year the Green Wall can get it done, bring home that championship. You know, they're so used to basically winning everything up to that, at least over the past couple of years, and then sort of falling short. Maybe the slow start here this year, it'll get the gears turning, maybe turn them on try-hard mode a little bit earlier. I don't know.
Yeah, you got to think maybe it's just an overconfidence thing going into in the COD champs for each year. They've been the sort of heavy favorite going into both of them, just coming out a little bit short. So maybe this short start to the year, a bit of a reality check for them. They got to put in the time. They're not as top dogs as they were in the past, basically.
All right, well, they're getting through the rig draft now, and we'll be ready to hop into our hard point here for Game 1. It's going to be on Scorch. All right, let's talk a little bit about Scorch. Is this a map that you think, okay, we have to say hard point plays strongly in Optic's favor after seeing the stats? Yep. I mean, there's no way it doesn't, but is there something about this map that maybe Panda, something they could abuse, something you give them a chance in?
Optic's just been playing such a good team game, and that shows in their KDs. It's not like one player is completely taking over in the stat
I'm making
category.
you dig for something here, buddy.
It's really tough. I don't think Panda has much of a chance. Really, you have to go for, I guess, the quote-unquote money hills. Rotate very early for those ones to get the sort of easy setups. Second hard point especially is
Turbine.
Yeah, something that's a little bit easier for them to hold, because on those a bit more scrappy hills, Optic's going to get the better of you for sure.
You would think, and that's how it's going to start off. We kick it off on the bridge. That is scrappy. That's going to come down to just kind of keep your head on a swivel. Gunfight after gunfight, somewhere that you think Optic Gaming will surely excel. We'll keep an eye, though, on who's going to be able to get kind of the left side of your mini-map covered for the setup for Turbine there going into the second. Is one where we'll see teams kind of lock down 40 to 60 seconds. You can really get a big swing in your favor. But, guys, we are 10 seconds out from hopping into our Game 1. Optic Gaming going against Panda. We'll see if Panda can make some noise here and pull away.
Starting off here on the king himself, Scumpy. They need to start to get some momentum. They're trying to get into this bracket play later on in the day, and they want this championship here at Atlanta. We're starting off Saturday here. Some big gunfights going back and forth, but Forma with a double nade and the triple for him. Starting off early in this one for 3 early kills. Optic has control.
I mean, that's big, too, because he's the only one that survives, right? You see 3 go down for either team. It's just going to be Formal that remains. And the 3 streak going to be starting out nicely for him. But this is interesting, too, because you got to think, if you had such a nice day 1, maybe you come out a little bit overconfident. You come out with a slow start here. That's the last thing you want if you're Optic. You need to come in, just destroy your opponent, keep the rhythm going that you've had. And so far, it's starting out very nicely there. It's a 5-0 start for Formal before he ultimately drops. And when you're taking a look at the scoreboard, it's nothing but green.
Yeah, it looks like Fastball going to be trying to run in with that E-Red right there. Surprisingly, Scump has not decided to pull that out at all throughout the entire tournament, but I guess he's just more comfortable with that K-bar a little bit more. Gives you that advantage at all sorts of ranges.
I talked to him about it yesterday, actually. He came out and kind of hung out in the green room with the casters for a little bit, and yeah, he said he's just not comfortable with it. He likes the K-bar more. It's all it came down to, and it shocks me because now that the E-Rad's definitely more relevant in the current meta, you keep waiting for the best SMG player of all time to pull it out, but hey, he's been rocking it with the K-bar, and we'll see if he can continue to do it, but it has to be eyes now back on Formal as he started out 7-1. We'll see if he can keep the rhythm going. A tough gunfight there to pick one off. Scump there will find the final kill, as this is the huge one. This is Turbine. This is where you want to get set up, and now look at it. Optic going to be spawning out. You see yellow all on the left side of the map. This is where they can pull the comeback, and we may very well see a lead change.
Yeah, it was sort of a weird setup for Optic there. Had 2 players set up towards that laboratory area, up towards that top hallway, but it didn't matter for Panda. They grouped up, went through the bottom, and were able to break. And the Turbine Hills, where I said they need to get the majority of their time if they have a chance in this one, they do a good job of it. The score should very slightly swing into their favor right now, but now I think it's where it's going to get difficult. Optic's one of the best teams at snowballing points in hardpoint. They need to make sure, or Panda needs to make sure that they don't let this get out of hand too quickly.
Well, Panda's trying to make sure that doesn't happen through Fastball. He picked up a couple in a row there, sitting at 7-6, but all of a sudden you see it's just Pimby, the lone man trying to rotate across Skybridge, and Karma not allowing it there as he locks it down. And as we sit in hangar, it is all going to be green wall. Crimsix drops, but he was kind of trying to push out the spawns there. His death not going to be huge, but now as they begin to throw away a few lives, it's all going to be on Formal and Crimsix inside to try and hold this off.
Formal has a very tough situation. Fastball able to take him out, and what a good pinch from Panda. They took their time to go around the back, and Karma actually made a pretty huge mistake there, in my opinion. He was up towards that middle alley. You saw him get taken out towards the middle of the map. He needs to focus on the back first to retain those back spots.
And you can see the back spot still coming in for Panda, but with 15 seconds left, it looked like Optic has gotten the break. This one ends up being pretty back and forth, really 3 different periods of control as we're going to end up rotating out to our 4th hard point. You can see the 2 green arrows, now 3rd popping on the bottom of the mini-map. They're going to be set up very nicely for drill. Let's see if they can hold it a little bit longer than these last 2 hard points.
Yeah, although I thought Panda played that hill a bit better, Optic able to get most of that time. The Scarabs are coming out to push up those lanes for Optic Gaming. I think they had 2 in their arsenal to begin with. Formal gets traded out towards this back blue area, and seems like another pinch coming in. The Optic players are forced out of the hill again. For Feezy with a huge 2. Krim trying to do his best to buy time for his teammates, but there it is again. The pinch is coming in from Panda. They're playing these breaks so much better. Yeah, 30 seconds left, but the problem is now is winning these gunfights to hold all the time.
Well, really, it's been Optic with the early rotations, the early setup, and then looking at that 20 or 30 second mark into the hard point is where Panda's been able to find the breaks. It's just been whether or not they can hold off that remainder of the time. And in a couple of these they haven't. And that's where you see the separation, really creating this 20-point lead for Optic, which they basically opened the game with on that first bridge hardpoint, which we're going to get to in another 10 seconds or so. But Scump now 75 off of his bombardment. He's 14-9 on a 5 streak. We'll see if he'll be able to close this out here as he just has to find one more. Waiting to play it patiently. That should be it, but that's the errata fastball, shutting down the full streak from Scump.
Able to get 2 of those 4 streaks, though, so should be able to put those to use. Probably going to wait them for a little bit later on in the game. Pemby doing a great job of locking down this hill. Taking a quick look at that scoreboard in the top right, Scump and Formal, the 2 names you're used to seeing on the top of the slaying category for these guys on Optic, just doing absolute work right now, and it's why they have a slight lead. Panda is playing this better than I expected, though. After the first rotation, and if you told me that Panda's going to be within 10 points, I probably wouldn't believe you.
Well, I'm curious on your opinion here, former professional player. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. When you look at it right now, is this something Panda's doing right, or can you put it on Karma a bit right now? Because one of the stats that stood out the biggest for them was the fact that they all, were between like a 1-2 and 1-5 kind of in KD for hardpoint. He starts out a little bit slow. Yeah, of course, now he's on a 3 streak mid-conversation, but he was 4-13 just a minute ago. He's just turning it on.
Interesting to look at already as well. He only has 21 confrontations in this one, so playing very, very slow. Seems like he's just trying to play these corners and just put himself in advantageous situations, but sometimes you just need to amp up the pressure with your teammates. So it might be holding them back a bit, but I think it's more due to the setup pinches that Panda is doing to break. But Formal answers back again. Pinch all you want. You get mown down.
And he might have been the MVP yesterday. Just if you looked at it statistically, the man played out of his mind. Triples like that to open the game and also open the turbine hardpoint will be big, but let's see if they can retain control. Formal already back in the action, able to pick up fastball. He's set up nicely here. He has overdrive and a scarab to work with. Pushes the edge. That's Pemby getting the break. But this has been a much more controlled hold for Optic because, well, actually, they broke it at, the 30-second mark or so last time. Now it's about the 20-second mark. So they still extend the lead a bit, but Panda at least going to get the final 20 or so.
Optic just doing a very good job of not letting Panda get all the time. They get in and contest for the majority of the hill. So Optic, again, just barely edging out a lead each time one of these hard points pops. Seems like Panda has the better spawns. They're flooding up towards hallway right now. Optic setting up a pinch at the back, and it's all the fastball at this point. But this is where the ERAT is going to completely take over. Trade's going down again. And this is where Karma sort of messed up on that other rotation, right? He was pushed out so far where his fastball was just posted up at that back door, able to trade those kills in.
And this has been an impressive rotation from Panda because not only did they get the scrap time, but they got the opening 15 to 20 seconds here on the rotation. But due to Karma's break, it is now going to be Optic Gaming set up at back Hamer. The FTL jump comes through, trying to locate him in the corner, able to get it, but one more there to trade it out. Thankfully, he's got his trusty teammates in behind, and that's going to be all 4 down there for Panda. But despite that, only trailing by 20 or so points. Still plenty of time left to go in the game. And they've done a good job of just keeping themselves in fighting distance, right? Never have been out of this. It's all going to come down to the clutch and the closing moments of this one.
So Panda going to get the last 10 seconds or so of this scrap. They got an unfortunate split spawn there on the last half of that hill, so not much they could really do. We're going back over towards Drill, though. They seem to have initial control last time. It seems like Fastball has his payload ability to work with as well. Formal has the Scarab to work with, so back and forth battles once again. Seems like Panda gets the initial 3 kills. There they go. They should be able to take the lead. 45 seconds left here on Drill, and realistically, with how far Optic is spawning out, you can see that on your minimap right now. It should be an easy 10 to 15 seconds before the contest even comes
in. It really should. Pemby, though, he was on a 5 streak. He was really a big part of why they were able to break in there. As he drops, we'll see if they can retain control. Coming back in with camo is going to be Fastball. Finds one around the edge, though. Can't connect with the hip fire there from the ERAB. But Prophet able to back him up with the 2-piece before Karma will shut it down. But just like that, you see the time going in Panda's favor. They got a 15-point edge. They're looking to shut down Optic. And you got to think, man, like I heard quoted, they're saying they're a little bit more vulnerable now. People think they can beat Optic. They don't see them as that invincible final boss anymore.
I believe Scump was 15-7. Look at his score now, 18-20. The last couple of hard points have not been very nice to him. The rotation back towards middle is going to happen again. You see Panda stacking up 3 on that left back alley, trying to get those gunfights in towards middle. One player is in a 1v2 right now. Formal has some help, and he's just lighting up the scoreboard single-handedly, sort of carrying Optic in the slaying category right now. 32 and 18 for him, and getting a lot of time. You see him get so many defends, an average of 5 per hard point, doing it once again.
He's the only one positive right now. He's plus 13. Everybody else in Optic Gaming is negative, trying to put the team on his back in the slaying department now. But this is going to come down to the stretch. We should see another lead change momentarily here as Panda has bridge lockdown. Pemby trying to hit this wall run over the lava pits, try and flank in behind, works brilliantly, and there he's going to line up Crim 6. There's one more in front, Pemby finding 2. He's got Centurion to work with. He's got the Scarab as well. And how many lead changes are we going to have in this? Like, if they take it over yet again, this has got to be our 5th or 6th. And now for Turbine, you're going to have this set up with Centurion. You've got a good chance to pick up a lot of points here. Yeah, I mean, you can close out the game, really.
They should win this for sure. The Scarab going out to scout out information, able to pop one, should slow them down for just a bit at that right alley. You see one player going in that top lab area, though, but all players wiped out.
That was Camo.
Formal, the last player alive, he's taken out as well. So another 4 dead. Panda taking a very good lead here in the last hill, which they should be able to hold it. Optic trying to do their best to win these gunfights, but no, Fastball is pushing out, has something to say about it, and Scump's the last one alive. Can he win this gunfight? Doesn't look like it's going to happen. No, he does. They break in somehow. Panda cannot let that happen.
Wow.
Optic's going to get this last 30.
It's the reactive armor. They had to use everything, basically. Your camo, your reactive. Try to get in past that Centurion. He goes up over the top and is able to make the play, and it's going to keep them alive. 7-point game coming down to the wire. Karma's going to fall. Formal tries to back it up, able to find one, but not the second. This one has been a very hotly contested hardpoint. I don't think what either of us expected to kick off day 2.
Man, payload abilities coming in. Optic's just going to give up that scrap time. 5 seconds going to get them up to about 244. Optic cannot get broke one time, but already coming in Profizi and Pemby. Fastball answers in with the trade. Karma's going to be the last one alive to try and hold this down. He's got to get it now. No, he doesn't. Panda takes map 1. What?
I don't know, man. We know how good they can be in S&D talking to the other pro players. So this all of a sudden became a very, very interesting series. The Green Wall shocked in game 1. And I know, guys, again, we understand this does not mean a lot for Optic, right? They're in good position to take the group, especially with the win over Splice, if that comes down.
objective. The enemy is halfway there. Take it down. Soldier, get ready to move to the next location. Hardpoint identified. The enemy captured the hardpoint.
Approaching the LZ. Link up with UNSA forces.
Hardpoint. Get moving. Capture the objective. Check your data. New hardpoint location set. We've captured the hardpoint. We're in the lead.
Threats by that tree.
Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint contested. Soldier, move on to the next location. Hardpoint contested. Hardpoint contested. The enemy has the hardpoint. We've captured the hardpoint. The enemy launched a counter UAV. Enemy UAV in your vicinity. Enemy scanner active. Friendly drone support is active. Soldier, move on to the next location. The enemy has the hard point. We've captured the hard point.
I am reloading.
Friendly drone support is active. Check your data. New hardpoint located. The enemy has the hardpoint.
Soldier down.
Friendly drone support is active. We've captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint contested. The enemy has the hardpoint. Soldier, get a move on to the next location. We've captured the hardpoint. The enemy has the hardpoint. We've captured the hardpoint. The enemy has the hardpoint. We've captured the hardpoint. We're winning this fight. Hardpoint contested. Friendly Warden providing close air support. Allied drone package entering airspace. Friendly drone support is active. Soldier, get a move on to the next location. The enemy has the hardpoint. Enemy neutralized. Reloading. We've captured the hardpoint. Hardpoint contested. The enemy has the hardpoint. Friendly drone support is active. We've captured the hardpoint. Friendly shock sentry for 4. Soldier, get a move on to the next location. Enemy scanner active. Hardpoint contested. Check your data. New hardpoint location set. The enemy has the hardpoint. UAV on standby. A drone package is at your disposal. We've captured the hardpoint. Friendly drone support is active. The enemy has the hardpoint. We've captured the hardpoint. Request received. Drone package.
Threats detected near your position. Locate.
Hardpoint contested. The enemy has the hardpoint. Soldier, get a move on to the next location. We've captured the hardpoint. Scorchers loaded up. Hardpoint's identified. Get a move on. The enemy has the hardpoint.
Scott 2-3, flight of 3.
Captured the hardpoint. Drone support is active. Friendly counter UAV online. Friendly drone support is active. Allied Trencher rocket arriving on site. Allied drone package entering airspace. Soldier, get a move on to the next location. UAV on standby. shock sentry performing overwatch. Hardpoint identified. Get a move on. Friendly bombardment incoming. We've captured the hardpoint. Drone package loaded up and awaiting your mark. We've captured the hardpoint. Good job. Report to command for debrief.